I'm Jeff Douglas, Smart Systems and Heat Strategy Manager for the Energy Technologies Institute. It's really important for us to think about decarbonising heat for homes. Actually, around 20% of the UK's emissions, carbon emissions, are generated by home heating systems. And if we look at our UK housing stock, actually its thermal performance is not particularly good. And in fact, around 90% of the housing stock is still expected to be in use in 2050. We see that there are two really key pathways, if you like. The first one is around heat networks and the installation of heat networks that would transport high-grade heat to our homes in the future. And the second pathway is about electric heating, and these would be individual solutions that would be applied to individual homes. But the real question for us is choosing the most effective of those two. It's actually, of course, really quite attractive to consider reducing the energy demand of our buildings, of our homes. I think it's also important to consider the wider benefits, and there we're thinking very much around health and welfare benefits and benefits to the local environment. The real challenge is establishing new heating solutions that basically remove gas from our homes. This isn't so much about inventing or designing new technology, but probably more about integrating existing technologies. Importantly, recognising that consumers don't actually buy technologies, consumers buy products. It's really important for us to understand exactly what it is consumers want from their heating systems. We've undertaken a lot of quite deep research, really working with around 2,500 customers. What we find really is, of course, there are huge variations even within individual homes. They actually would like better control of their time and better control of the money that they spend on their home. But that it isn't simply just about reducing their running costs. Our research also shows that few actually care enough about changing how they heat their homes because of emissions. So it's really important to take a helicopter view of the energy system, and in doing that you can form really a view of the most cost-effective and best ways to meet the challenges of the trilemma: affordability, sustainability and security. And of course, when you do that, there are a whole range of choices available, but it's important to recognise that if you were to exclude or not use some of those choices, for example district heat networks or air source heat pumps or the building retrofits, the overall costs do increase and can increase quite substantially. If you didn't include electric heating in the mix, the overall abatement cost increases by around 30%. One of the big questions that we really need to consider is the consequences for the local gas distribution network, given the dramatically reduced dependence on gas. The Energy Technologies Institute is developing a set of software tools, but one in particular, Energy Path Networks tool, which really takes account of the local characteristics and provides a great deal of support to the development of future local energy strategies and energy system designs. The next decade is critical in terms of preparation for the transition. It's a critical phase of building and developing the policies that will be an important foundation for that transition. The challenges are very much around gaining public acceptance, consensus and trust really about changes to the energy system. And a part of that is building and developing the local responsibility for energy strategy development and energy strategy implementation, and indeed local leadership to deliver these plans.